not frozen. What is up, friends? We have a whole bunch of Sonic Superstars footage to go over, and I am excited as hell. Got this article pulled up, man. Just gonna go over some things, give some thoughts on all the new info. Go ahead, drop that like, share it up. It's your boy Shmoke Joe Star, aka Shmoke Man Joe, aka Young Goyard Pouch. We back. Not even doing a review, just basically reading articles to y'all like y'all are my children that I don't have. Going over some new screenshots too. It's just a bunch of info, just a whole bunch of that shit. So, Game Informer actually released their cover for the upcoming issue, and it doesn't have Spider-Man on it. It actually has Sonic Superstars. Front and back looks really clean. This is the part of the video where I'm going to throw it up, I'm going to assume, but it looks really dope, man. But I caught this one on Twitter. There's an article by Brian Shea. Says, why didn't Sonic Mania 2 happen? Let the internet tell it, because headcanon and Sega hate each other. But is it true? I don't know, man. We'll see. We'll fucking see. Starts off with when Sonic Mania arrived in 2017, it was a massive success for the franchise that it was. Still goated, still one of my favorite Sonic games. So much so that it seemed inevitable that a sequel developed in conjunction with Christian Whitehead would go to West Games, and headcanon would be next for the, not saying that, I hate that nickname. Unfortunately, it never happened. We asked both, my dog's in the background, we asked both Takashi Iizuka and Christian Whitehead what happened to Sonic Mania 2. Headcanon continued working with the Sonic brand through 2022's Sonic Origins and its 2023 update Sonic Origins Plus. Will Whitehead founded his own studio, Evening Star, alongside fellow Sonic Mania developers in 2018. This past June, Evening Star announced its first game titled Penny's Big Breakaway, coming in early 2024. I am excited as shit for that because it looks like, I don't want to call it Diet Sonic, but it's in the same vein as like the Sonic games. Plus the main character has like a yo-yo as her primary weapon. Shit looks sick. I'm gonna play it. I'm excited. But instead of the expected Sonic Mania 2 in June 2023, Sega Sonic team and development studio Arzest, headed up by Sonic co-creator Naoto Oshima, shout out Naoto, announced Sonic Superstars. The game feels like a continuation of what Sonic Mania accomplished in 2017, but with modern visuals, special emerald powers, cooperative gameplay, and exclusively all new zones. So you heard that shit. There's no rehashes. Y'all are gonna have to cope with find a new argument, basically, because the zone reuse, it's cooked. It's cooked, and oh my god, I can't wait. I can already taste the salt, the delicious Sonic Twitter salt from people grasping at straws to find a reason to hate this game. It's one of the reasons I stay on that shit. But however, many wondered why Sonic Mania 2, which seems like it would have been an ultimate slam dunk hit, never came to fruition. They didn't want to make it, fam. It ain't hard. In 2021, reports from a gaming insider named Zippo, again, shout out Zippo, like almost everything that man leaks is accurate. Shout out Zippo. Surfaced that internal plans to create a true successor to Sonic Mania had been scrapped due to differences between Sonic Mania's external developers and Sega. That was never confirmed to be a thing. That's just the narrative that the internet ran with. While not directly confirming or commenting on that particular report, Iizuka confirms that he had talks with Whitehead following the release of Mania. Confirmation! Oh my god, I love real info. There was a period after the development of Sonic Mania when we worked with them to consider concepts for the next generation of classic Sonic, Iizuka says. It's too bad that it didn't become a finished game. Still, I'm pleased with the next generation of classic Sonic that we talked about with them has been achieved with Superstars. So it kind of seems like a lot of the ideas from what would have been Mania 2 made their way into Superstars. Because I know they were talking like with Mania 2, when Mania 2 was just like in the ether, they were saying, yeah, we want to make a new game with all new physics. Or not all new physics, what the fuck am I talking about? All new zones. And that would have been the Mania sequel, because they were like, yeah, the first one's a celebration, next was going to be a brand new game. So that's cool that like some of those ideas spilled over into Superstars. One major hurdle to providing a true successor to Sonic Mania is that Iizuka and Sonic Team wanted to move away from the pixel art graphics. Why? I like those. With the next new title in the classic Sonic series. When you make a 2D game using pixel art, you kind of end up targeting a very specific core audience. That is very true. I understand that. Because I'm part of that audience that grew up with the pixel art games and 2D games in general. So like when I see them again, I'm just like, oh man, that's cool. That's neat that they're still doing that. It's not a make or break for me because, I like Sonic. If the game looks good, I'm gonna try it. But I get that. We wanted to bring this game to as many people as possible, and in order to really make it look and feel as appealing to a wider audience, we needed to use the 3D assets to really give it that current look. But we do know what core fans wanted. We do know that core fans want that old classic Sonic look. They want that old Sonic feel. So we focused on making sure the controls were solid and the look and feel was really representative of a classic Sonic game. Aesthetically, they nailed it. Like, this is exactly what a classic game would look like in 2023 when it's gonna drop. It drops in fall. This is like, it's just the next logical step. The same way that the Mania soundtrack was the next logical step from the Genesis games. Like, it had that really crisp audio sound, but it was still in the style of the classic games. That's what Superstars is. It's just the next logical step. Whitehead backs up this story with his own recounting of events. When we started Evening Star, it was always our goal to move beyond 2D pixel art into 3D games and develop all new original IP. He says, Evening Star did work with Sega to explore possible directions classic Sonic could go after the success of Sonic Mania. Sonic Mania 2 was never in development though, because we actually agreed early on that we should try to make something fresh like hand-drawn 2D or 2.5D. At the same time, Evening Star was developing our new Star engine, so we also ended up making a cool Sonic prototype that played with depth in 2.5D and other gameplay ideas. So there's Mania 2 never made it to development, so that's another rumor that just got scrapped because everybody was like, yeah, they were already working on it and they had to can it because Sega said so. It's all getting shut down. It's all crumbling. Following these initial planning sessions and mutual decision to not proceed with development, mutual decision, that's two or more, agreed upon decision to not move forward with development, Evening Star began work on Penny's Big Breakaway. As Iizuka-san said, though, Evening Star did not continue full production on the game, at which point Arzest took the helm and made Superstars alongside Sonic Team. So it's a collab project between Arzest and Sonic Team. Got it. Whitehead says, we moved forward with our plans to develop an original 3D title, which is, of course, Penny's Big Breakaway. Superstars looks awesome and our team is really excited to play it when it comes out. Doesn't sound like a lot of bad blood. Doesn't sound like a lot of bad blood at all. But, internet's gonna do what the internet does, man. Two people that work together didn't work together immediately after, so clearly they hate each other. Like, it's what the internet does, bro. We got a screenshot of Penny's Big Breakaway. Yeah, I'm gonna play the hell out of that. Like, I get real Mischief Maker vibes from it with like splashes of Sonic, and that's just like right up my alley. Whitehead also dashed away one of the big points of speculation among Sonic fans, that Sonic Mania 2 falling through was the result of bad blood between Sega and members of Evening Star. Contrary to any rumors, we maintain a friendly relationship with Sega and hope fans are pumped to play both games once they release, he says. Cope. Though Whitehead and his team aren't involved with Sonic Superstars, the influence of their work and ideas is apparent. A lot of the things that we talked about with Christian, let's make it a visually rich game that's not based in pixel. Let's not do the Mania thing of reusing stuff. Let's make something brand new with all the levels. That's where the start of concepting happened after Mania, but everything came to a stop, Iizuka says. When we kicked off Sonic Superstars with Oshima-san's team, a lot of conversations that we had with Christian were already in our heads, and we did start creating a new game already in similar vein of let's make something new and let's make something not pixel. So it seems like that was just the idea from the get-go after Mania, as Mania is the last game to use pixel art. And for this franchise, I don't mind it, like, because again, those are the games that I grew up with, like the classic games and then the jump to 3D with Adventure. I don't mind pixel art, but I don't think pixel art should be the focus in this franchise. Like, we've gotten really good 2.5D games. We've gotten really good 3D games that are all, use models and everything. So like the 2.5D or pixel art even is just really more time consuming or tedious than it should in this day and age, because no matter how crisp it looks, it's gonna stick out as opposed, like, in a vacuum when you position it next to things like Frontiers or Forces or Lost World, just naming some of the more recent games. But I don't mind it, like, getting revisited every, maybe 5-10 years or whatever. Just throw one out there. That's cool. But like, it definitely shouldn't be the focus in my opinion. Even beyond some concepts seemingly making the jump from early Sonic Mania 2 concepts to Sonic Superstars, Sonic Mania's success was instrumental in the creation of Sonic Superstars. To a degree, yeah, I get that, 2D game and all, but I'm pretty sure. I gotta give Frontiers its credit, man. Game's on its way to 6 million. It's on its way to 6 million. A Sonic game in a post Lost World and Boom world is on its way to 6 million. Pretty sure that was like, hey, you know what? Y'all got it. I trust them. I trust the people on this development team. During Sonic Mania's development, I didn't expect this level of fan reaction or success. Don't know how you didn't. People shit themselves when we get 2D Sonic. That success created the opportunity to think about the next generation of classic Sonic and led to Sonic Superstars. Sonic Mania helped us realize that fans still wanted and enjoyed the classic series. Brother, log on. I fucked my camera up. Log on to twitter.com or X. I'm not saying that stupid shit. Log on to twitter.com and you will see, dear God, are there ever classic fans that will buy your fucking games? Man, I can make a whole video on that shit. That by itself. Screenshot of Knuckles. On Twitter, Whitehead has provided further confirmation that he approves of the work being done on Sonic Superstars, with one retweet about the game's physics engines simply containing a thumbs up emoji and another tweet saying, "We'll have more to say on this when it's appropriate, but the Mania physics are indeed fully translated to modern 3D." That's cool, because the Mania physics were really good, especially after the fluke that was Sonic 4. It was like they finally got the physics right with Mania and just said, hey, you know what, we're gonna put that in the next game. Perfectly fine. Despite Whitehead's confirmation that this work was done, Iizuka says the programming is completely unique to Sonic Superstars, created from the ground up by Artist. The team referenced not only Mania, but we referenced Sonic 1, Sonic 2, Sonic 3, and Mania when we were creating Sonic Superstars. Good points of reference. Fuck CD, apparently. The game was created from zero, from absolutely nothing. But we were still looking at all those 4 classic games and creating physics that are going to match and feel like what the classic series needs to be from scratch. Talking about the classic series and how we're referencing the physics, those are the 4 titles we're looking at. So again, CD just gets shat on again. Like, I understand it, man. Like, the design philosophy in CD wasn't the greatest, but there is fun to be had in CD. Like, if you ignore or if you just don't play with the time post mechanics and just do it like a traditional Sonic game, like just, go through the stage, get the 50 rings at the end and jump and do the special stages, much better experience. Game went from like a C plus to like an A minus once I realized that you could do that same way. Been playing that game since 1994, and it was only because of Origins that I realized that you could do it the same way. I thought you had, when I was younger, thought you had to do the time shit. Yeah, because of all that, Sonic Superstars looks to not be the Sonic Mania 2 that many envisioned or expected, but instead a spiritual successor, which is good. Everything doesn't need a direct sequel. The physics play much like the fans of Sonic Mania and the other beloved classic Sonic games play, but with modern visuals and other various features. Sonic Superstars is set to arrive on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, S, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC this fall. More on Sonic Superstars, be sure to lock it into my channel because I'm going to be covering everything as it comes out, and I'm cooler than Game Informer. That is that's how we're handling that. There are some screenshots that I'm going to be putting up and going over because they have a lot of info, and I'm going to throw those up right now. But before we get to the screenshots, I forgot to go over this because there's the actual avatar power-ups, or avatar Chaos Emerald power-ups, and I'm going to speed run those. So the blue emerald gives you avatar, which creates clones of your characters that speed across the screen to break the enemies. Green emerald, ivy, vines grow up from where your character stands to help you reach new areas. You can even direct where they grow, that's fun. Cyan emerald, water, flowing water becomes traversable as your character can even climb up waterfalls. Red emerald, bullet, your character can shoot like a cannonball in any direction. Purple emerald, vision, you can see hidden objects and platforms in the level while this power is active. Yellow emerald, slow everything around your character. Slows down temporarily, cool. White emerald extra, your character gains a unique special attack. Sonic gets his homing attack, Tails gets the tornado spin. I'm assuming he summons a tornado, Knuckles punches shit, Amy throws her hammer. Awesome, rad. Once you get all of them, you get a super form, and I'm excited to see if they change the other one's super forms or keep them the same, because Knuckles turns pink, Tails turns a brighter shade of orange and flashes. Amy, as of Origins, just turns brighter pink and flashes. So I'm pretty sure it's going to stay the same. But that was just a quick Emerald power-up. Yeah, screenshots. Woo! But yeah, Game Informer was kind enough to bless us with some more screenshots that show off some of the zones we haven't seen yet. I don't know what the names of them are because as of this recording, I haven't found an article that lists all the names, but I am going to be doing some more research tomorrow throughout the weekend, so I will definitely keep you guys updated. Like a lot of these, I think actually all of these screenshots are from areas that we haven't seen before, with the exception of the Knuckles one where he has Avatar, because that's Speed Jungle, but this looks like there's a volcano area, sky area, another, I want to say like techno or laboratory area. Like all of these look really cool, man. But that's gonna do it for the video, guys. I appreciate y'all hanging out. I know this one was a little bit longer. I just want to make sure I covered the pertinent info that I had found, and I will be doing more of these. If I find anything else, I'll probably post it on the community page, so make sure that you are subscribed, you got notifications on so you don't miss those. If I find something major, I'll do another video on it, but keep an eye out on community posts, keep an eye out on the video tab. Don't forget to click that bell, subscribe. See you in the next one. Peace.